episode of Let's Talk Deer, brought to you by Grandpa Ray Outdoors, owned by Mr. John O'Brien. John's a Midwestern guy. He's around the Madison, Wisconsin area. He's been an agronomist for over 29 years. So he knows seed, he knows soil, and he knows what white-tailed deer need. John has a large seed company, Grandpa Ray Outdoors, but also he's in educating. He's one of the best educators, seminar, platform speaker, communicator for soil, water, and cover. The soil brings the food, the water hydrates, and the cover keeps them safe. So that's what whitetail needs. So any questions at all about seed, go to grandpaRayOutdoors.com. Let's Talk Deer does receive compensation from Grandpa Ray Outdoors for mentioning them on my show. Let's Talk Deer. Hey, folks, this is Bruce Hutchin with Let's Talk Deer on Facebook Live, and we're traveling to Alps brands today, and Derek Slocum is the product manager there at Alps, and I've asked Derek to come on the show and talk about Alps. A lot of people know about them, possibly in the hunting area, the camping area, maybe the hiking area, and he's going to talk about the product lines that whitetail hunters should know about. And then there's a secret that we're going to let out today that a lot of people didn't know. And so, Derek, welcome to the show. And why don't you just share with the people a little bit of the background of Alps brands?
Hey, Bruce, thanks for having me. Alps Brands started back in 1993 as a mountaineering company with Dennis Bruni. From there, we did high success with all of our camping gear, going from tents to backpacks to sleeping bags, even to camping furniture. So from there, we evolved into an outdoors line, which, from there we've got waterfowl, turkey, whitetail, big game. And that started in 2007. We're still continuing to grow. We're kind of keeping our options open for what our next step is. We got to continue with the curve and see what we can come out with.
And folks, Alps brand, basically you can reach them at, what's your URL?
You can go to alpsbrands.com, and then that will have all of our brands. So Alps Brands is kind of an umbrella name is what I'll call it. So whenever you go to that website, we'll have Alps Mountaineering, we'll have Alps Outdoors, we'll also have a Cedar Ridge line, which is kind of your getting into camping line. It's kind of a lower price, but still high quality items where you got tents and sleeping bags. But then we're also a licensee with Browning. So with that, we do Browning hunting blinds and also Browning camping. So underneath the Alps Brands page, you'll be able to get to all of those websites.
Now, you just put out the secret, because I was just going to announce that to everybody. That's okay. It's a segue, a good thing. So. Right. A lot of people know a lot of the ground blind people. There's some iconic brands out there. And right. When we were doing the warm-up, you said, well, Bruce, we have ground blinds, and they're Browning ground blinds. And so why don't you explain to everybody how that works and why they should come to Alps brand to buy their next ground blind?
Well, with our Browning blinds, since we're a licensee with Browning Camping, blinds actually fall underneath the tent category. So with that, we're able to introduce blinds. We have silent track windows is what we use on them. Our Phantom X has a wide open door, so it's easier to get in and out of the blind. So we do offer some really good features with our blinds. And with that being said, we also offer our lifetime warranty on our products. So if there is any manufacturer defect or seam rips or something that you're just not happy with, we have a great customer service team. They can call us, and we're going to try making the best out of the situation.
What's the price point for those blinds?
They range from $350 to, I think our lowest one is $199, so $200 to $350.
Okay. And are they like, I was going to say double something, but so if somebody was going to compare it to something else in the marketplace, who do you compare to, just to give them something to bounce off of?
That's a really tough question to answer, just because I don't want to, put other brands out there or anything.
Right.
I would say we're very comparable with some of those higher end brands where our name's not as big as them, so they're kind of hesitant on buying our blinds and seeing what our quality is. But Yeah, I would say with most of the competitors that we have, we are very comparable to them. And like I said, we'll stand behind our blinds for sure.
And so, folks, if you're looking, hunting season, some places it starts in actually the end of August and September for sure. So take a look. Forget about the big box stores. Sit at home. Do your shopping right from your PC, as millions of people are doing it. And do they pay for shipping, say on a ground blind?
So they will not. So anything over $100 on our website gets free shipping.
Okay, so over $100 is free shipping.
Correct.
So remember that. So round up if you want to buy, tents or some camping gear and some hunting gear. Make sure you do it over $100, and that'll save you possibly 20%. I mean,
right. Yep. Yeah, on some things and where you're located, definitely. And that's one really cool thing about Alps Brands is we're kind of a one-stop shop. I mean, if you're going to do anything outdoors, we should have something for you.
Well, you got a couple of packs there. Why don't we go over the packs that you're sitting there, and why don't you tell them feature, benefit, advantage of the two packs you have out?
Yep, I can definitely do that. So I have two of our really good sellers for our whitetail customers. This one's called our Contender X. It's in our Extreme line. As you can see, this pack, it's got an L-shaped frame in here, so it allows the pack to stand. If you're sitting in a ground blind, it will stay on the ground. It can stay standing straight up, and not all of your contents fall out. So if you have the full pack completely open, it will stay as it is. Not everything falls onto the ground. Dark most of the time, you can't find anything, so everything stays right here. It's nice and convenient. With this pack, it's also great for tree stand hunting because we added a D-loop at the top, so you can hang that whenever you're sitting in the tree stand, and now this thing forms a shelf. So you can have everything sitting right there. It's easy to get in and out of, and it's quiet. You're not hitting on the sides since it stays open. I think it's a very rich pack that a lot of whitetail hunters, I think, would really enjoy.
So how many cubic inches capacity?
This one's right at 2,000, 2,200, right around there.
And carry capacity, can it carry out a whitetail in it, or do I have to take parts?
You'd probably have to take parts for sure. Yeah. We have a couple other packs that if you want a frame hauler or, to carry out meat or game, we definitely have some options for you there too.
Yeah, because we're looking a doe's under 100 pounds, a buck's over 100 pounds.
Right. Yep. Yeah, we have options for that. I would check out our Hybrid X. That's a really high seller for us right now, and that one's doing really good. It's a smaller day pack, but you have the meat carrying capabilities with that one.
Okay. How many cubic inches is that?
That one's right at like 2,500.
Okay. Internal frame, external frame?
That one's an internal frame. The pack bag actually comes up off the frame. You load all of your meat or gear down onto that, and then you can reattach the pack bag back onto it. So essentially going in and out with one trip, and you don't have to worry about leaving anything behind and coming back and getting it.
Okay, so I break it down, and it'd be a little harder with elk, but a whitetail or a pig, something like that. So I break it down and quarter it out, so I could pretty much carry the whole thing out in one load.
Yep. If you really get your mind working on how to piece everything in there and get it cinched down with our lashing system and stuff, yeah, you should be able to get everything out in one trip.
Okay. What's the other pack you have?
So the other one we've got, it's nothing new, but we did introduce a new color for it. It's our Pursuit pack. It's in our OutdoorZ line. This has been a great seller for us. It's offered in Realtree Edge and also Mossy Oak Country. But we have some people that are doing more of those digital camos and stuff like that now. So we wanted to go with a solid color. So if you're a Realtree person, you still have an option. If you're Vail or anything like that, you still have an option for a pack, and it still fit in. So this is the Pursuit. Probably the biggest feature with this pack is the fact that this front shelf or front pocket forms a shelf. It's got webbing on the side. So there's actually a rigid PE sheet that's in this front lid So whenever it's down, you can have your range finders or binos or grunt tube or anything like that sitting right here, and it's easily accessible while you're in the stand.
Now, how about the run and gun guys that are using hang-ons and the saddle guys? What pack would you recommend for either or?
So we have one called the Quick Draw 2.0. It's kind of a sling style pack. If you're a bow hunter especially, that one's really great. It's got a quiver holder and everything like that. But it's a smaller pack to where it stays on your back. Nothing hangs below your waistline. If you do have a climber or something like that that you're going in with, you can attach that bag onto the stand itself just with some SR buckles and stuff like that. So I would say that one's probably our biggest run and gun pack for whitetail for sure.
And the same, it couldn't be used for the sling because sling hunting it's becoming bigger and bigger and bigger.
Right. Yep. Yep, that's a great option. We do have some fanny pack style packs also. They come with shoulder harnesses. If it's something that you don't need, you can remove the shoulder harness and use it strictly as a fanny pack. Or if you just want the shoulder harness and carry in extra things, we have the waist belt that attaches to it. And, I mean, you're going in really lightweight. So a couple different options there for sure.
So we talked about the blind, the Browning brand that you're licensed for. We talked about the background. We talked about Alps brands being camping, hunting, and hiking. Mm-hmm. And hunting includes upland game or duck hunting, correct?
Yep. Yeah, it even goes to turkey hunting. So waterfowl and turkey is another big category for us. We have our layout blinds for waterfowl that have just been awesome. It's something that's not out there. It's got a patented seat design. It keeps you up off the ground, which most blinds, they're a sling style seat, so you're sitting basically directly on the ground. With our zero gravity blinds and our legend blind, it keeps you up off the ground. You're able to stay a little bit warmer. You stay cleaner. Your back doesn't hurt after a while. So anybody that's done some field hunting with waterfowl, you're laying down for a long period of time.
And sometimes it's muddy.
Correct.
Sometimes.
Yep.
Just
right,
sometimes.
Right. Yep. I know what you mean.
So let's wrap up this segment of Let's Talk Deer with Alps blinds, Derek Slocum. And before we do that, I'm going to give a shout out to our sponsors. One of our sponsors is Grandpa Ray Outdoors. John O'Brien's been an agronomist for over 27 years. He's one of the leading educators in the world of food plots. So look up Grandpa Ray Outdoors, check him out, and become a member of Team Grow. That's a specialty VIP, if you will, for all of Grandpa Ray products. Our second sponsor is Burner HD, Burner Home Defense. Burner Home Defense is the finest non-lethal weapon, non-lethal device, non-lethal launcher for personal protection in the world today. Reach out to me at promo code LTD2020 at gmail.com. That's promo code LTD2020 at gmail.com if you want more information. I am one of their top affiliates, and I just got my dealer status, so I can sell to anyone in the continental United States. So look me up, give me a call. You can find me on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and LinkedIn. Just Google Bruce Hutchin, and you'll find me. So with that, what's new? And then we're going to wrap up this segment of Facebook Live with Let's Talk Deer.
So what's new for Alps? That's a great question, Bruce. We've got a lot of things in the pipeline that we're not able to discuss right now. We're kind of waiting towards the end of the year a little bit. We're kind of see how all COVID plays out for shows and everything like that. But yeah, people will definitely want to stay tuned to Alps. We got a lot coming in, and I think people are going to be pretty excited with what we've got coming out.
Well, Derek Slocum, product manager at Alps Brands, thanks so much for spending time. And again, how do people get a hold of you or find Alps Brands?
So first of all, thanks for having us, Bruce. We're appreciative of being on your show. But yeah, people can reach out to alpsbrands.com, or they can send me an email directly if they have product questions or anything like that at Derek at alpsbrands.com.
And with that, we're going to wrap up the segment. And folks, you don't want to miss the podcast that's going to come up. It'll be sometime in August to come, because Derek and I are now going to talk about a promo code that we're going to talk about on the podcast. So if you purchase Alps Brands from the time, well, Derek and I will figure it out, but there's going to be a promo code, so there'll be some discounts when you listen to Let's Talk Deer, hosted by yours truly, Bruce Hutchin. Thanks, Derek.
Yep, thank you, Butch.